variance continues to be one of the prevailing storylines in the Thunder. Gilgeous-Alexander and Dort in the backcourt. And in game 3 with Brown in the backcourt, Michael Porter Jr. Last time out, they ran a little action for Murray. This time, it's a post-up for Jokic. They're sitting on his right hand. Here's Murray from outside. And that one caroms off the front rim.
Well, that's what Denver wants to do. They gave a little cross screen, low cross to get Nikola Jokic isolated down in the low post, but you have to keep the floor space.
Boy, somebody hit the snooze bar on that open three defensively by Williams. He couldn't convert. Here's Porter Jr. wide open at the other end. And he shoots an air ball.
1 points, 8 rebounds, 5 of 6 from 3. Maybe he needs a hand in his face to make a shot.
Holmgren from deep. That one rims out, tipped to Gilgeous-Alexander. And another opportunity, gonna try and walk down Brown. No whistle. And here comes Jokic. Jokic just 8 for 25 in game 3. Gordon got peeled and ripped clean by Williams, playing with a little bit of pace here.
But great hands by Jalen Williams to knock that away.
Gilgeous-Alexander on Porter Jr. Great pocket pass into the dunker spot. And the first field goal of the game goes to Chet Holmgren.
That we've talked about, but he's also an excellent passer, playmaker out of a short roll.
At the other end, guarding Jokic. Murray on the DHO action. Baseline pass to Gordon. Gordon shooting a career high from 3. That one's short. Loose ball. Murray guarded by Dort. A couple of Canadian national team teammates, and that one rattles out. Fans here at Ball Arena historically stand until the team makes its first field goal. Holmgren trying to keep them standing for a while with the miss.
Because he's such an alert passer to Chet Holmgren, who, as you pointed out, was right in that baseline dunker spot.
But great defense by Jalen Williams, a.k.a. J-Dub. The other Jalen Williams is J. Will.
I thought Oklahoma City's defense in game 3 was excellent. It's just that Denver made...
Brown hounding Gilgeous-Alexander. There's the lob, and that's going to be a foul first on Jokic. A good screen. Lou Dort pulls the 3, and both teams with some early cold shooting. Now 1 of 7 for OKC. I think that 1 of 6. Williams switched on to Jokic. Porter Jr. on the drive. Blocked at the rim, but fouled on the drive. And tough to play basketball that way?
I think it would be. But for him, I mean, he knocked down shots early, but he was diving on the floor, and he grabbed 8 rebounds, a couple of them two-handed rebounds. He was very, very good.
Master of the mid-range, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
The quicker Oklahoma City can get the ball up the court, the more opportunities SGA is going to have to attack the defense.
Here's Gordon on the edge. Jokic out top. Off the brush screen by Gordon. Got to the rim and blocked by Hartenstein.
Boy, what a recovery.
This is a top 5 defense during the regular season. Dort couldn't cash out at the other end. Rebounded by Jokic.
Well, Lou Dort did a good job defensively in game 3, but wasn't able to knock anything down.
Great slip screen by Brown, and he slams it home. Christian Brown had a good rebound bounce back game in game 3 with 8 points.
That's why you want to have Nikola Jokic with the ball in the middle of the floor. He can see over the defense and deliver the ball.
Off the Hartenstein miss, Gordon tied up, and we're going to have a jump ball, it looks like. Jalen Williams and the Thunder control. Gilgeous-Alexander 1 for 2 so far. Here just getting underway. Off the screen, got to the mid-range and cashes out again.
Well, you can tell Oklahoma City in man, they're going to make him guard and have to switch out on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Brown had it knocked away. Good steal. It was Jalen Williams again. And Brown took it right back until Hartenstein got it back. Holmgren was wide open. They didn't see him. Dort with the sidestep 3. That's way off. Loose ball controlled by Holmgren. Williams open. And Jokic with the rebound. Bodies flying all over. Jokic leading the break. And he throws it away. Hartenstein
continue throughout the course of these 48 minutes in regulation.
Caruso and Wiggins coming into the ball game for the Thunder. Williams on Murray now. Picked up his dribble with 5 on the shot clock. Nowhere to go. Had it knocked away. Good contest. Got a whistle and a foul. Jamal Murray was so key for the Nuggets in that Game 3 overtime. Adelman.
Well, he had a spectacular defensive game. Had 4 steals. Really stood his ground. He was physical. Little zone look right now for Denver.
Here's Caruso. Back out top to Williams. Dort drives it on Gordon. Good help by Jokic. 8 on the shot clock. Wiggins with the float game. Left it on the front rim. And with a chance to tie, here's Murray. Got a screen from Brown. Murray sprays it out to Porter Jr. Wiggins looking for a foul on the push-off on Brown. Won't get it. Brown open for 3. Gordon with the offensive rebound. Porter Jr. Boy, they had 4 for $1 on that trip.
Yeah, they've had open looks. A terrific contest on that first corner 3 by Michael Porter Jr. by Alex Caruso.
And Williams just gave it back. Both teams pretty sloppy to start this game, Jay.
You know, in the 4th quarter of Game 3, I thought Oklahoma City had way too many dribbles. Their dribble per pass ratio.
Zone defense.
The 2-3 look with Jokic in the middle.
And now both teams are combined 0 for 14 from deep.
Maybe some remnants of Game 3 being in overtime. A little bit of a tired start shooting.
Murray drives it. Wow, and an enterprising layup. The creativity of Murray on display again.
Well, creativity is right. He's a very creative finisher, especially with the left hand around the basket.
Wow, Dort laces that 3 to make it a 10-7 game. Dort on the board.
That's one of the best things he can do against his zone. Beat it down the floor and get something early.
Off the stagger, Murray into the corner. Westbrook. He's been proficient shooting the 3 from the corner this year. Here's Caruso on the move. They got a 2-on-1 facing Gordon, and Caruso lays it in. Man, he's been so valuable off the bench this season for the Thunder. The oldest player on the roster at 31. Westbrook missed the layup, got it back. Guarded by Wiggins with 10 on the clock. Missed again. Porter Jr. battling. And once again, Williams a little bit faster to the ball.
Well, Oklahoma City does such a great job on the offensive glass of tipping the ball to keep it alive so they can get it or a teammate can get it.
Kind of just like what Gordon did right there. 12-7 with just under 4 minutes to go. That's going to be a foul on Luke. Westbrook behind the Jokic screen. Shot an air ball.
Minutes to go.
Make you feel like you're back in the ACC? Sorry, Jay. Gilgeous-Alexander on the wing against Murray. A couple of teammates have played in Paris this year at the Olympics for Canada. And Wiggins walked with it.
Yeah, that should have been an additional. But anytime SGA has 2 guys on him, there's going to be somebody open. They passed out of it effectively, but just didn't make that extra pass they perhaps needed there.
They got 3 bodies on Jokic. He got off of it. Battling Caruso for position. Wallace all over Murray inside. Jokic in a crowd. Misfires again.
Oh, what a challenge by SGA under the bucket.
And that jumper short. Westbrook with the rebound. And the frigid shooting continues. Denver, meanwhile, had missed its last 6 in a row. Into the corner, Watson. All right, somebody's got to close the door because we've seen a couple of air balls at that end of the floor by Denver now. 12-5. Wallace inside Holmgren. Tough fadeaway, and he barely draws iron. Wallace with the hustle and the stick back.
Right now, and it's probably the closest thing you'll see to a back-to-back in the playoffs. Late game OT, and then come out and play early game. just basically a day, not even a day and a half later. So there's a little bit of being winded out there, but you know, neither team's going to look at that as any reason not to go get this game. So we got to go get it.
They've showed Shea about 4 or 5 different looks already in the first quarter. How do you guys help him there?
Just moving around, being available for him, knowing that you know, if they show bodies to him, somebody's got to be open. So we got to be available.
Chet, good luck. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, guys, back to you.
Joe fouled on the reverse layup attempt. Yeah, your body adjusts to it.
Start on the offensive end. I mean, 2 of 23 from the field, 0 of 14 from 3. But one thing they cannot allow is for that poor offensive performance in the first quarter to affect their defense.
With Jokic on the bench, that's going to be a foul against Pace.
Well-connected defensive team.
Westbrook drives it on Hartenstein, and they took it away from him. Caruso on the drive, raises up, and he's fouled.
14 of their 23 field goal attempts have been from 3. And Oklahoma City has been doing a pretty good job.
A couple of days ago, they teasing him, calling him Unk Brent. They lead by 13. Here's Murray. And they turned him over.
With great hands by Cason Wallace. What a pest.
Hartenstein catching a body.
There's no way Denver's going to be able to guard a run out. But give credit to Cason Wallace, the great ball pressure he puts on and his active hands.
Important to note what Denver gets accomplished in these non-Jokic minutes. They haven't scored in the last 6:46. Murray back out to Brown for 3. Missed his last one. That one comes off too. And they're off and running. They have numbers if they choose. Gilgeous-Alexander on the cross. Joe from the corner. Wallace with the offensive rebound. Gilgeous-Alexander wide open. He can't cash. A missed opportunity that time by the Thunder.
Those are the shots that usually go down after an offensive rebound. Yeah. Baskets, but you have to work really hard to get an easy basket, and Oklahoma City does that.
Brown at the free throw line. Brown knocks down 2. And Russell Westbrook with a little token full court pressure. Dropping back now defensively. And they turn it over. Brown with great anticipation. Whoa. Upended and fouled by Gilgeous. His mother played collegiate basketball.
Talked about not only holding it down at the house, but his first basketball coach, no one harder than him in regards to his game than Mom. He even told Bill Self, his coach at Kansas, hey, you can be as hard on me as you want. Nobody's going to be harder than me than Mom was, Jonesy.
You bet.
I wonder if there was any mom disappointment in a Missouri mom having a kid go to Kansas.
Oh, that was a big one. Yeah, and a follow by Hartenstein on the offensive glass. The lead back up to 13. Caruso switches on to Murray.
And switches up to take something away. That's not a passive switch.
Boy, that can really wear you down over time. Gordon with the mid, he got it. He's an improved shooter this year. Job with his 3-ball in particular. Gilgeous-Alexander missed from his spot. That's going to be a foul against Hartenstein.
Goal shots.
Okay.
From Oklahoma City, especially in the fourth quarter.
Murray got to the rim and draws the...
On this Denver defense to making sure they put 2 on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Make him make a tough shot or make him give it up. And one of the few players that lifts his game in the playoffs. He averaged, what, 18 in the regular season, 23 in the playoffs.
That one comes off to Porter Jr. OKC now 1 for 14 from deep. Dribble handoff to Murray from Jokic. And that one front rim. So the icy shooting continues. Denver, folks, get this, is 3 for 26. Gilgeous-Alexander checks into the office and cashes out. That's his spot.
Push off a little bit, but that creates that space. And he's such a good mid-range shooter.
Hey, don't use language like that. Push off. Inside, that's going to be a foul. There you go. See, that's why I feel secure in sitting next to you. That Duke team's optional shoot around yesterday. As Brown knocks down the second free throw, the lead is down to 10. 8 minutes to go in this opening half in this pivotal game 4. As soon as we'll shift back to Oklahoma City in a couple of days. Williams finds a seam. Isaiah Joe. That rims out. Loose ball. Wallace pursues it. tried to lob it up for Holmgren, who wasn't expecting it.
Right
Off the turnover, Brown.
OKC's getting really good shots, just not making them. Joe was wide open.
Williams being backed down by Jokic. Brown outside. Jokic still ice cold from deep. Was 0 for 10 in the previous game, 0 for 2 to start here tonight.
And I don't think David Adelman wants to see him stop shooting. He knows he's a good three-point shooter.
Williams. Wallace on the drive. One more to Holmgren. One more. Jalen Williams. Jokic in space. Holmgren with 2 on the shot clock. And that's going to be it. Jokic out top. There's the very familiar DHO action with Murray. And he gives it away.
So give credit to Casey Wallace for breaking that up.
There's Wallace at the other end. Holmgren, the trailer, will pull it back out. Now drive it on Jokic. Nice cut by Joe. Probing against Porter Jr. Holmgren, butter. Does it feel like it's been a while since somebody scored?
Yes, because it has.
29-17. Past 6.5 to go in the first half. And Wallace trying to stick to Murray. Jokic, the roller, got that one to rattle home. That's his first field goal of the game.
Wallace got over the first, couldn't get over the second.
Marjorie Jones, my mom, watching in Toronto, Canada, one of the NBA's biggest fans north of the border. 97 years old, got this game on right now, and another missed shot.
Denver sticking with that zone out of the timeout. Jokic in the middle, so a little harder to attack him.
Jokic on the wing, isolated. It draws the foul on Jalen Williams. Joker, the previous game, although mitigating circumstances,
In game 3, Isaiah Hartenstein took most of the minutes guarding Nikola Jokic and could play him physically, try to stay in front. And then you had, at times, Chet Holmgren with his length behind him to bother him around the basket. But really, it was a three-point shooting by Jokic, which was the issue. He's 0 for 10 in that game.
Joe blocked by Brown. Mama loved that defense from her son. Williams with 2 on the clock. Williams, that's going to be an offensive foul. Jokic knocks down the first free throw. Christian told me 9 points as Jokic knocks down the second free throw. Denver countering on a 15-6 run right now. The lead is down to 6. The Thunder have stalled out a little bit offensively. That's going to be a foul. The
overloaded, but you definitely have to move the ball and get some player movement, not just stand around.
They tried to screen Brown that time. Off the kick out, Williams with the midi, cash. So Jalen Williams, despite that flurry of fouls, knocks down a jumper at the other end. The lead back up to 8. Jokic trying to walk Williams down, kicks it out to Gordon. They repost it. Jokic off the mark again, a loose ball, corralled by Gordon against Holmgren. Brown had a notion. 7 on the shot clock. Gordon slips the screen. Jokic out to the wing. Westbrook got it. That's their first 3 ball in 17 attempts. The Thunder a little bit stagnant here offensively. Wow, what a drive by Williams.
And
Got to the rim.
All it took was a ball reversal. Get the defense to move and then attack it.
OKC shooting 34% from the field. Westbrook being guarded by Wallace. Jokic. Gilgeous-Alexander showing help. Gordon on the cut. Tried to get it to Westbrook. He bounced it out so far. Jokic shoots an air ball.
SGA has to get more involved and be more aggressive on the offensive end.
SGA missed on a short jumper. Brown on the move. Steps through. Got it.